quick. My my phone was overheating. I don't know why, but it's all good. All right, so for those that I want to bring this thing back, right? Because there's a lot of discrepancies or a lot of mixed feelings and mixed emotions about our beloved brother Michael K. Williams, also known as Omar from The Wire. Like I said before, my mother was addicted to drugs. She had me at 14. My father was addicted to drugs. He had me at 16. Both of them were so addicted to drugs that they were addicted for a very long time. My parents only had 2 children. And I just so happened, me and my little sister Shantae, and I just so happened to pick up the addictive trait. So with that being said, my mother passed away from an overdose. They said it was a heart attack, but I know it was an overdose based on her drug use. Not only was she abusing the drugs that the doctors were prescribing to her, but she was abusing other drugs as well. Alright? My father died last year. He didn't die from an overdose, but his complications stemmed from him being a drug addict. Diabetes, he had a couple of his toes amputated, he had his leg amputated from diabetes, and it's a proven fact that the more drugs you use, the worse your complications will get. So if you feel like, if you're a person that's using drugs, but you get up every day and you go to work or you use drugs, and when I mean by drugs, I'm talking about liquor too. You drink liquor every day, right? It's a good chance that complications will stem. It's a good chance that your complications will build based off of drug addiction. Now, my father died he was in COVID. He had COVID, and they say he died from a heart attack. All right? And like I said before, I know my mother had an overdose. Because she was taking Percocets, then she would take Xannies, then she would take Seroquel, then she would take muscle relaxers, she would take Klonopins, she would take anything that can give her that feel on top of what the psychiatrist was giving her. My mother was smoking cigarettes, my mother was overweight. All of these things play a factor into why she died from a heart attack. With that being said, I got shot when I was 22 years old. I never even heard of the word Percocet, let alone what Percocets are supposed to do for you. I was in the hospital for a week. When I was finally discharged, the doctor stated, take this prescription drug, it's a painkiller. Take it every 6 hours or as needed. He never told me this is addictive. He never told me what it does to people. He never told me anything but to take the drug. When I took that Percocet for the first time, because mind you, when I was in the hospital for a week, they were giving me morphine. I had a morphine button. Every time I was going through some type of pain, they said, hit the morphine button. When I hit the morphine button, it immediately I just went to sleep. Alright? In 2004, I was 22 years old. When I started taking the Percocets as prescribed for the pain, right? It went from taking Percocets for pain. Then it went from taking Percocets for pain to taking Percocets for every pain. After every pain, it went to taking Percocets recreational, to have fun, to get high. From there, it went from taking Percocets to function. Because now I'm a junkie. Now I'm begging for money. Now I'm doing things to get my drug of choice. Okay? Now I am taking Percocets for mental pain. Because the Percocets that I'm taking it to stop thinking about the trauma that I've been through. Why was he whooping my ass every night? What did I do to this man to whoop my ass every single night when he wanted to? Let me take a Percocet. Why was my mother and my father lying to me? What did I do to them for them to lie to me? Let me take a Percocet. Why was I constantly mentally abused? Let me take a Percocet. Why are you putting your children through this pain? Let me take a Percocet. The reason why people take drugs, after a while, the drug's not even fun no more. And anybody can tell you, I don't care what drug you take. You can smoke weed, you can pop pills, you can snort dope, you can inject. I don't care what, you can drink alcohol. I don't care what drug you take. If you've been using this same drug for so long, the drugs are not even fun no more. You take drugs to function. I don't care if you smoke weed. If you smoke weed and say, oh, but it's from the earth and it don't make you do certain things. Yes, it do make you do certain things. The only difference is it don't make you do things as severe as dope or crack or, liquor or something like that. But trust me, we make you do certain things that's out of pocket and out of character. So back to the subject at hand. I am taking drugs to function. By the time I start really, really enjoying the high, I'm 1030s in, 1530s in. So I want y'all to understand the difference from using a person's death in vain as opposed to spreading awareness. Okay? Because it's a huge difference. I speak the language of people that were addicted to drugs. I speak that same language. So when I was begging God to kill me, God, take my life because I am tired. Okay? Take my life because when I finally wake up from being high, I got to do it all over again. All right? I got to do this process over again. Because when a person gets high, it's a domino effect. When I get high, now I cause my family pain, I cause my community pain, and the people that love me the most are scared because they don't know if I'm gonna die, they don't know if I'm gonna get physically hurt, they don't know if I'm gonna be in jail. People worry. So what I was thinking in the back of my mind is, well, listen, God, let me die a high death. It's going to be easy. Just get rid of me. right? So people can mourn for a couple of months and people can mourn for a couple of years, but after a while, it will gradually disappear and I don't cause no more pain on nobody, okay? So for those who are struggling with addiction, and for those who know somebody that they love the most are struggling with addiction, pay attention. Because drugs make you do things that you never thought that you could possibly do. Drugs give people heart. Drugs give people the courage to conquer. Not for nothing else, but that next drug. Okay? So when you see people doing things and you're wondering, like, damn, why can't you control it? It's because it's the drug. The drug is making them do things. It's the drug. The drug make them hallucinate. It makes them, drugs make you figure out things that you never thought you could figure out. Drugs will turn you into a coward and a person with heart at the same time. Drugs make you still. You can leave, you can say, man, this person ain't never stole from me a day in their life. They would never do me wrong. They would never do me dirty. They would never hit me. They would never do anything that you could possibly think about. When the drugs is in their system, or when they're fiending for drugs, when they're going through withdrawal, when they feeling that pain that's in your ears, the pain that's in your eyes, the pain that makes your mouth crack and cringe, okay? When you're getting those cold sweats, all right? When you're constipated and can't shit for months. When your body is aching to the point where you feel like, yo, I am going to die. That's when the shit start kicking in and you start telling yourself, I'm going to get it by any means necessary. Now, you got some people that are addicted to drugs and their measures are different than others. It's a proven fact that you have some people, you have people that can just do drugs on a weekend. You got people that can do drugs and still function, right? Like, meaning, like, they can be on some type of drug and it doesn't seem like they lost a step. Like, some people say things like, like, well, why do rappers sound like they make their best music when they high? I remember people used to refer to, like, Lil Wayne and stuff like that. Like, if he stopped using drugs, he gonna make corny music. Then you got people like me that once I'm in, I'm in. See, one thing about Brandon L. Chastain, aka B. McFly, once I take one, I can't stop. It ain't no stopping for me once I take one, because I have addictive personality. I'm the type of person that need to be high all day long. All day long. So my addictive personality don't allow me to dip and dab and play with people's minds and, play with my own mind and act like, oh yeah, I don't do certain things at the end of the day. It's a proven fact that every time I took a sip of liquor, I reverted back to the pills. So when I tell you that when a person dies from an overdose, I'm not using nobody's name in vain. I'm not trying to run around and act like, okay, now this is my time. Now this is my time to speak on drug addiction. I speak on drug addiction all the time. Now for Michael, for those who don't know, Michael is from Brooklyn, New York. Our beloved brother was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. Again, He took off. His career really took off once he played the character Omar in The Wire. And in The Wire, he was considered what you call a homo thug. His character was he was a person that was robbing people, but he will only rob street people. But he also was gay. He was involved with men, and inside this, his character was to be with men. All right. Michael had a history of problems dealing with drugs. For those that don't know that, now I understand because I spoke about a comedian, two comedians that one passed away and one lived, Fuquan and Kate. Fuquan is a comedian that's born. He was born in New Jersey, but he moved out to L.A. Him and two other people actually passed away from a drug overdose. It had fentanyl. They were snorting cocaine, and the cocaine had fentanyl laced in it. Kate is a comedian slash model. She actually is in critical condition right now. It wasn't too many emotional response. Yes, the other day when I spoke about him and Kate, because Kate is popular, but Fuquan is not really as popular, especially as Michael Williams. So when people say things like, you know, you shouldn't, I mean, we really don't know if he died from an overdose. You're right, we really don't know. Sources say that they found drug paraphernalia around him. So we can say things like, okay, what if he was set up? All right, you're right. What if he was set up and he got murdered, right? We can say things like, what if he just died and that came from somebody else? You're right about everything. But the fact of the matter is where you're wrong at is that 9 times out of 10, okay, when a person dies at 54 years old, 50 years old, a man of his stature, 9 times out of 10 it was a drug overdose. Especially if they had a history of being addicted to drugs. Okay? And when people say things like, oh, well, you gotta let the family grieve. Where do y'all be at when I be talking about drug addiction? See, I be talking about drug addiction before the people die. I talk about drug addiction before anybody die. I get on here and be transparent on social media so you don't gotta go through the shit that I went through. Where do y'all be at? Y'all don't be speaking about when I say, damn, I was a deadbeat father. Y'all don't speak on those things. Y'all don't speak on those things when I said I was stealing and doing all types of shit to get my drug of choice. Where do y'all be at? I speak on drug addiction, whether a celebrity die, whether a person that's not a celebrity die, because that could have been me. I'm sitting up here asking God to kill me, and he ain't do it. How the fuck are you not killing me, God? I'm begging you to kill me. Because he knew I had a purpose. Not saying he didn't. Not saying for Quan didn't. Not saying the other two people that recently died with Faquan didn't have a purpose. But see, I speak on drug addiction in the urban community. Because the urban community say drug addiction is cool, especially if you got the money to pay for it. Let's talk about it. Hello? 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 Let's talk about it. Okay? See, I'm not going to be emotional based off of emotions. What do that mean, B. McFly, the top motivator in the world, and your sober messenger? That means I'm not going to be emotional based off of what I love the most with no facts behind it. You can't tell me what drug addiction, how it makes you feel, what you go through, what's the process of getting out of it if you ain't never been through it. How can you tell me about drug addiction when you ain't never been through it, whether it was with you or the person that you love the most? So when I'm out here speaking on drug addiction every single chance that I get, because I gotta spread myself thin. I speak on drug addiction. I speak on rehabilitating the absent father. I speak on education. I speak on gun violence. I speak on mental health. I speak on working out. I got to spread myself when I'm talking about different topics. You got people on here disrespecting me and don't know nothing about drug addiction, or possibly could be on drugs and don't want to admit to it. And then you got some people on here talking about I was talking down on him. What is wrong with certain people? When I'm the king of transparency, I am the king of transparency. Who am I to talk down on anybody? This man could have been the breadwinner of his family. You got a bunch of people. See, when you are a celebrity, right? When you are a celebrity, and you got 9 times out of 10, it ain't too many people telling you to chill, calm down. You know what? You keep fucking around with this shit, I'm backing off. Okay? Okay? You got people that just laugh at people that's addicted to drugs. You got people that just talk about people that's addicted to drugs. You got yes men that's around people that are addicted to drugs, and ain't nobody taking the next measure to help that person. Because if they are the breadwinner in the family, they want to reap the benefits. Fuck it, it ain't me. So that's on them. You want to use drugs? That's on them. She want to use drugs? That's on her. As long as I get my check out of the deal, as long as I get recognition out of the deal, stop acting like we don't know what the fuck be going on. Stop acting like we don't know what's going on. Because see, what's the difference for me spreading awareness about this man, this talented black man that struggled, right? Than the other people that want to post him now that he's dead. Hello? Now, not everybody is posting him because he's dead, but you got a lot of people that's posting him now that he's dead. And all I want to do is spread awareness. And tell people that it don't matter your color. It doesn't matter how much money you got. It doesn't matter your race. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. The disease of addiction, say it's over, it's over. It's a virus. You cannot control that virus. It's like any other virus you can think Think of the disease of addiction just like any other disease that's a virus. When you look at the flu, when you look at herpes, when you look at whatever you want to think of, any virus that you want, when you think of HIV, think of addiction the same way. Think of addiction the same way. When I was in rehab, shout out to Arms Acres. If you live in New York, okay, or if you live in the surrounding areas and you're looking for a rehabilitation program, inpatient, go to Arms Acres. They will come pick you up, okay? So they know people. Do you give a person a minute to say, you know what, maybe I'm gonna do it tomorrow? Guess what happens? If a person say they ready to go now, do what the fuck you gotta do to get them out of there. All right? This is why I'm so passionate. Because if God didn't take me and them drugs, I done took fake pills, I done took real pills, I done mixed Xannies and Percocets and syrup and smoked weed. I did that shit all. And if I ain't dead, then I'm gonna continue to be passionate. Motherfuckers I know showed me fake Percocets. You hear me? And I'm here today to say, yo, I'm going to save a life if I gotta fucking die doing it. So when I went to Arms Acres, yes, Arms Acres gave me the tools to get the fuck out here and be 3 years and 7 months clean. So don't you ever in your fucking life tell me I'm clout chasing, I'm using his name in vain. I know what the fuck I'm doing. You could be rich, you could be poor, you could be in fucking between. It doesn't fucking matter. The disease of addiction will kill you when it get that potent, when it's potent enough to kill you. And if it don't kill you, it's gonna ruin your fucking life, man. Meaning this. Meaning this. Okay? If the disease of addiction don't kill you, it's going to kill you slow to the point where you got diabetes now. You got hepatitis C and I don't know, any other type of shit. You got liver problems. You got fucking skin problems. You got fucking lung problems. You got all types of problems where it's saying, well, you know what? I ain't gonna kill you fast. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna kill you slow. Cause see, I gotta pick and choose who I want to die right away, and then who I want to die slow, or who just fucking beat the punch. The disease of addiction fuck with me every single day. Every single day. But I refuse. You will have to put 18 grenades attached to my body before I use a fucking drug, man. That's cigarettes, that's fucking Black and Milds, that's fucking liquor, that's fucking weed, that's fucking pills, dope. I don't give a fuck. You name it. I'm gonna remain clean for the rest of my fucking life. If I gotta vent, if I gotta scream, if I gotta yell, if I gotta fucking talk to myself, if I gotta fucking work out, I don't give a fuck what I gotta do. I am going to remain sober. Because there's so many people dying. My parents died, okay? And it's somebody that need to hear this shit. Cause see, you don't get the DMs. You don't get the DMs. And I get so many DMs that it's not even my fault that I miss DMs. I get so many DMs saying, help me, keep me anonymous. get so many DMs. People are mad at me because I can't get to them. And every time I'm saving a body, I remain sober. Long as I stay sober for 24 hours, I'm good. Just give me a fresh 24 hours, I'm good. Don't give me a month, don't give me a year, don't give me 8 billion years. Just give me my fresh 24. Because this shit is a day-to-day process. I be looking at people and everybody be glorifying drugs and shit. And I be looking at y'all going, listen, man, you think this shit is a game? Do you really think this shit is a game? And it's looking for the motherfuckers that got the money because they can afford it. Buy more of me. Buy more of me. Come on. Come on. And for the people, somebody had mentioned a person and say, why don't I help them? When I get on my social media, my duty is not to go to somebody that I don't know that's on social media and y'all looking at this person and say he needs help or she needs help, right? My responsibility is not to go to them and say they need help. Because there's a lot of people that's on here that look like they're on drugs. They are on drugs, but they taking care of their family. So you know what they going to tell me? Because see, you're not going to be around when I jump in a person DM or if I run up on them and say, yo, bro, you need help. You don't know what that person going to do to me. So the more I keep talking about it on social media, they follow me. If they ready, they know I'm ready too. Y'all not around when so many people ask me to take them to rehab. I take them to rehab, and then guess what? 2 weeks later, they back on that shit again. See, I understand the process. What I'm telling y'all is, this is called time. The best thing that you could give a person, the most precious thing you could give a person is time. So, in closing, my sincere condolences go out to Fuquan family and friends. The guys, the people, I don't know who the other 2 people were, but the 2 people that actually died as well with Fuquan. My sincere condolences go out to Michael, the Williams family, and everybody and friends. And my strength and hope go out to Kate. Hopefully she has a speedy recovery so she can spread awareness. And for the naysayers, right? I'm not here to capitalize off of a person's death. That's what the government do. Separate me from the government. That's what funeral homes do. Separate me from the funeral homes. Okay? I'm saving lives. That's the difference. Okay? Stop trying to be combative. Stop being emotional behind things that will make you disrespect the person or make you get out of character. Why they stop promoting campaigns of say no to drugs? Why you think they did that? Because they making more money off of motherfuckers that's on drugs. if you want to get help with drug addiction, you have to remember one thing. Mental health and drug addiction goes hand in hand. I'm gonna say this again. Mental health and drug addiction goes hand in hand. It's a good chance that you are constantly using drugs based off of your mental health, based off of your past trauma. Because even if you start off recreational, right? And you start off by saying it was fun. Yes, when it's nothing to do, it's fun. But like I say, people that even smoke weed will tell you that they don't do it for fun no more. They do it to function. Damn, I gotta wake up. I gotta wake up and go to work. Let me get high first. In order for me to have sex, let me get high first. Yeah, you can use the excuse on, you know what? It keeps me calm. And the doctor, you know how many times the doctor done prescribed everybody drugs? And that's a leg to stand on. Well, I got a medical card. I got anxiety problems too. But the more I get in tune with myself, the more I separate myself from things that may cause the anxiety issues, I'm getting better. The more I talk about my issues, I get better. The more I be around people that's relatable, because I don't know everything. So when a person say, "Oh, you go through that?" Yeah, I went through that too, and this is how I got out of it. Oh, now I'm at ease now. Cause see, all this victimizing shit. What I did for you. If you follow me and you have a drug addiction problem or a mental health issue, what I did for you was put my shit out on Front Street. Now you gonna leave me out there? Won't you hell with me? Because hurt people hurt people. And the first thing a person that's hurt is gonna say, you a piece of shit, you ain't got shit going on, fuck you, I hate you, I wish you fucking die, I wish you... They're hurt. They're hurt. And all they wanna do is just hurt you. And hurt others. And hurt themselves. But the bottom line is, I thank God that he didn't kill me. Because I'm here today to tell the truth. I don't want to kill you, I want to heal with you. I don't want to kill you, I want to heal with you. And we're going to make sure that others don't got to go through what our beloved brother and sister went through. So I appreciate this. Share this. Make sure y'all share. Share. Because one share can save a person's life. See, that word share is prominent because if I don't share my pain, then how am I going to heal? If I don't share my pain, I'm going to be constipated. You're thinking stomach constipated. I'm saying mental. I'm going to be mentally constipated. And when you are mentally constipated, guess what happens? You explode. You explode in ways that you never even heard of. See, when we got so much shit bottled up in here, we normalize our pain. We normalize our character. And when a person calls you out on your character, you look at them like they're crazy because nobody has never called you out on your character. But it's a good chance that that person that called you out on their character, either they're healing or they are healed. We got to save each other, y'all. Bottom line. The body has to release one way or another. You gotta release by using the bathroom. You gotta release by passing gas. You gotta release by spitting, throwing up. You gotta release. You have to release. Even getting pimples, the body is fighting off toxins. So we get pimples and things like that because we have to release. We cry, we release. We sneeze, we release. What the fuck do you think this has to do? And if you cuss about it, if you scream about it, if you sing about it, however you gotta release it, just don't release it through things that's gonna make you more constipated. Because see, with mental health, we feel like the way we release our mental health is through sex, food, aggression, and addiction. No, don't release it like that. That's the easy way out. Don't release your mental health through aggression, sex, unless it's with your mate. Because sometimes that works with your mate for sure. But we're talking about just multiple partners everywhere. A lot of people be looking at men and women and be thinking, especially women, we look at women and be like, oh yeah, she done had sex with him, him, and him, and him. But you don't even know that she don't want to do that shit. We all get weak. And her mental health, she's constipated up here. So we all searching for love, we all searching for something, and we release our mental health in multiple ways that's going to hurt us even more. Okay? So once you go through that healing process, shit'll get better. It's going to get better. Fight, 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 and keep fighting, and fighting, and fighting. You gotta fight. You can't tell me I'm defeated until I'm dead. How can you tell me, how can this disease of addiction defeat me? I'm still living. How can my trauma defeat me? I'm still living. You can't tell me you can beat me until you show me. You can't tell me you can beat me until you show me. We can talk all day. Talk all day. But if you ain't trying to get healed, you gonna hurt others and hurt yourself. And this shit is a process. You gotta watch what you eating. You gotta watch the people that surround you. Because what you eat makes you even more angrier and more fucked up mentally. When you're releasing men, when we're releasing it to a woman, we are exchanging energies, people. When you're around people that are toxic, you are exchanging energies. The same way your body is fighting, your positive energy is fighting, fighting, fighting. Yo, go ahead, go. Stay away from them. Stay away from them. Till they can't fight no more, man. And people be thinking I'm bugging. See, I'm not bugging. I know what I'm going. Once you know who you are, you're comfortable within. I know where my diamond come from. I discovered my diamond 3 years ago, 3 years and 7 months ago. I discovered my diamond, and I'm free. And this is why I can get on here with the type of under any circumstances and be like this, and then go back to having fun, go back to joking, go back to having a personality, go back to loving love. Okay. So no, I'm sorry. I've been this way. I'm just showing you a different way of who you can be and still be you. We gotta save us, and only us can save us. I ain't got no problem with showing you different emotions that's gonna save a person. I ain't got my all of this is my good side at the end of the day. Whether I'm smiling, whether I'm posing, whether I got a fresh cut, a fucked up cut, whether I'm having a bad day, I'm still on my good side. This is just me having enough negative energy to fight off negative motherfuckers. See, the problem is even the most bad things happen to good people. Good things happen to bad people. So if you are a good person, you gotta have enough negative energy to fight them negative motherfuckers off. Or they gonna use you, walk all over you, and abuse you. I can't fight by myself. I can't beat a billion motherfuckers. But I'm a Spartan, so I'm gonna go out there and fight regardless of what. Motherfuckers is hurting inside. They got so much pain inside. They're suffering. And they don't know how to fight through this shit. So I gotta be the one that get out there and show this character so they can fight with me. So I love y'all. I love y'all, man. Love the shit out y'all. This is why I go hard. This ain't no facade. Feel me? It's the fucking truth. This is me. We need to start telling we need to start saying we love each other. And even if that shit sound weird, say that shit enough so it sounds fucking normal. Word. So I'm out, man. I hope this save a person life. Share. B McFly, top motivator in the world. And your sober messenger. I don't want to kill you, I want to heal with you. Let's go.